everyone. Subcommittee will come to order. This is our third fiscal year 2018 budget committee hearing for the Legislative Branch Appropriations Subcommittee. We have with us today the Honorable Frank Larkin, Senate Sergeant at Arms, and Chief Matthew Verdosa, Chief of the U.S. Capitol Police. Thank you both for being here today. We welcome, Chief. This is your first subcommittee hearing, I believe, before this subcommittee. We'll try to make it as painful as we possibly can. This hearing was originally planned for the morning of June the 14th. That same morning, a man decided he was going to open fire on members of Congress while they held a practice at for the congressional baseball game in Alexandria, Virginia. Because of the quick action, Capitol Police officers, Special Agents Crystal Griner and David Bailey, who were on protective detail for House Majority Whip Steve Scalise, that the event was not even more tragic. Because of their heroism, there were no fatalities, and there could have been many lives lost. We're incredibly grateful for their courage. We wish them full recovery in their injuries, and we're grateful to all those that were involved in their training and in their support who made quite a difference that day. We're also thankful that Representative Scalise has been upgraded to fair condition and continues to improve. I understand that just this past weekend, Matt Mika was discharged from the hospital as well and has returned home. Our thoughts and prayers are with them both and with all of those that were on that field that morning and what they continue to be able to process through. The entire congressional community was deeply affected by the shooting and realized there could have been any of us practicing there that day and any of us targeted in any spot. Senate Sergeant at Arms and Capitol Police both have unique missions. Now more than ever, they carry significant importance. Threats, both internal and external, are ever present and emergent in the environment in which we operate. Both of your agencies work diligently to protect members of Congress, our staff, and the over 4 million visitors to the Capitol campus each year. It's a delicate balance that you manage. This is an office space, this is a museum, this is a tourist spot all at once. And trying to be able to manage all those realities requires its own delicate task. Truly appreciate the dedication of the men and women of your agencies that enable Congress to do its work, and we do thank you for that. As I've mentioned in our first two hearings this year, we are again faced with a budget environment that will require difficult and important discussion on how we move forward in the upcoming fiscal year. The value gained from your requested increases must be weighed against our duty to be fiscally responsible and to be able to balance out. We'll need to make wise choices with our priorities, and so we're looking forward to any input that you can give us to help us make those decisions. Senate Sergeant at Arms request for fiscal year 2018 is $204.6 million, an increase of approximately $7.2 million above fiscal year 2017 enacted level. The request includes $73.1 million for salaries and benefits, and a request of $131.6 million for expenses. The majority of the requested increase supports cybersecurity initiatives to prevent and protect against internal and external threats alike. The nature of these evolving intrusions have recently received increased attention and scrutiny, rightfully so, and it's important that we take the necessary steps to prevent the compromise of our Senate networks. Capitol Police requests a total of $426.6 million, an increase of $33.3 million above fiscal year 2017 enacted level. Of the funding requested, $351 million is for salaries and benefits to cover fixed cost increases for pay and benefits of the existing staff, and an additional 72 sworn officers and 48 civilians for a total force of 1,943 sworn officers and 420 civilians. You can check me on those numbers to make sure I get it correctly. The request for the expenses account is for $75.2 million, an increase of $7 million above fiscal year 2017 enacted level. This increase supports life cycle replacement of detection and screening equipment, as well as training and uniforms for officers. Much of your requested increase comes from expanding mission requirements, and I look forward to hearing more about those needs today, as well as any additional needs that you have identified given the recent incident. I'd like to turn to Ranking Member Senator Murphy for any opening remarks he'd like to make.
Thank you very much.